Well, he just pulls out a gun. Just pulls out a gun and shoots her. Hello, Ned. Hello. Today we have watched a movie. It's so bad. It's not that bad. It's so bad. It's Terrifier. Let's go. So this movie is from 2016 and it lasts an hour and 23 minutes. An hour and 23 minutes too long if you ask me. It's not that bad. It is that bad. So we open on where someone's watching a TV and it's a lady with horrific facial injuries being interviewed by a news reporter. And the news reporter's trying to sound sympathetic and everything. And the lady who has been injured in this way says her attacker, Art the Clown, is no more. She saw him being taken out. But he's not been taken out at all because he's the one watching this little TV and he smashes it up. And then we see him going grabbing machetes and knives and swords and all sorts of nonsense. Yeah. After that, we see the journalist in her dressing room and she's on the phone to someone and she's sort of making light of the interview she just had. She's saying, this should get me the public vote. Interviewing someone with such horrific injuries and being sympathetic. And she's kind of, making a mockery of it. And then she hears something behind her. And she turns round and there's nothing there. And then she turns round again and the lady with the horrific facial injuries jumps out from behind a clothing rack and sticks her thumbs in the journalist's eyes. And yeah, it's quite cool. It's not cool. It's rubbish. We then cut to a street at night time and there are two young ladies who have been, I guess, at a fancy dress party. Yeah. And it's quite revealing costumes and they're both a little bit titsy and they're deciding we shouldn't drive home because they've had a drink, let's go and get some food and sober up. Yeah, I mean it's still not the most sensible thing, but it's better than just getting in the car and driving home, I guess. They could just call for a cab. Yeah, and they find out one of the girls, her phone is dead, it's out of battery. That might come up later. They look up the street and they see Art the Clown and he's carrying a big black bag over his shoulder. And then they look again and he's vanished. It's not that bad. It is that bad. So the girls go into a little pizza diner place. Yeah. And they're getting some food and then Art the Clown comes in. And he sits at a table opposite them and just stares at them for ages and ages and ages. And then does a big crazy grin. Yeah, he just stares at them for ages. One of the girls, Dee, is that her name? Yeah. Yeah, Dee, who's probably the most tipsy of them both. She goes to try and speak to him, but he doesn't respond at all. So she just starts taking selfies with him. Yeah, she's dicing with danger. Yeah, she is. Being in this movie. No! The other girl, Tara, she's not so relaxed about Art the Clown being there. No, the Art goes to this little, like a diddle gun machine, and you put in a quarter, and it gives out a little toy plastic ring. Yeah, that's right. And he puts it on her finger. Yeah. Tara is not impressed, but she just says, thank you. Art the Clown disappears for a moment and he goes to, I guess, the bathroom. And a few minutes later, we see the owner of the pizza place kicking Art out. He grabs him and he chucks him out onto the street and says, get out of here, you filthy monster, and all this. And we don't know why. Well, within a few minutes we find out that Art has spread poop all over the toilet walls and all over the toilet seat, and he's written his name in poop. He's smelly? Yeah, he's smelly. Meanwhile, Tara and Dee are back at the car and they find out they've got a flat tyre. They don't know how it's happened, but Tara says she'll call her sister, Victoria. So she uses Dee's phone because her battery has died. Yeah. They go back to the pizza place, and one of the guys has been tasked with cleaning up the toilet, and he's complaining, and he comes out to have a go at his boss for making him do it, and then he sees his boss's head has been cut off and stuck on the counter, and candles have been put in it. Yeah, like a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern, yeah. It's pretty cool, it's not pretty cool. It leads up to Art attacking the other worker, the one who's just come out of the bathroom, and he stabs him and stabs him and stabs him a lot. Yeah, don't say it like that. This is shock for shock's sake. This is graphic violence for no reason other than to have graphic violence. This is not a movie. It's not that bad. It is. Also, it's really cheaply made. Yeah, I think that's how people like it. They think, oh, it done well for such a limited budget. They really used what limited budget they had. They did. They're inventive with things. They just weren't inventive with a storyline or with any kind of charm or any kind of effort to make it an actual movie. It's not that bad. It is. While Tara and Dee are waiting for Victoria, Tara thinks she needs a pee. So she could go back to the pizza place. It's probably a good job she doesn't, but she could. But she sees a guy, just some dodgy looking guy, standing outside a building, and it must be about midnight by now. And she just says to him, "Can I use your bathroom? I really need to go." And after some convincing, he says, "Right, on you go. It's a good job you caught me just now because I'm about to bomb the place." And she says, "What?" And he says he's there to take control of pests, rats and cockroaches and things like that. He's going to use bug bombs and things like that. So he's going to exterminate all the pests. Yeah. So she goes in, uses the toilet. When she goes back out, she doesn't think to tell him, "That's me done. Bomb away." She just goes to leave. But then she meets some crazy lady. Yeah, a crazy old cat lady. Well, she's not got a cat, but this crazy lady, who I think is supposed to be like a crazy old woman, isn't she? Yeah, but she looks about 30. But she has a toy doll, and she says, "This is my baby, this is my baby." It's everything in it is like, as cliche as can be. It's lazy. It's not that bad. It is. While Tara is in there speaking to people and not letting people know she's finished in the bathroom, Dee is sitting in the car because it's starting to get a bit chilly. She's sitting in there and she's listening to the radio, and she hears story of a double murder in the pizza place, and apparently it was some guy in a black and white clown costume. I don't know who reported that. I don't know, who the witness was that reported that to the radio station, but Dee's sitting going, "No way, man, no way." And then she doesn't look, but she feels or hears the passenger door next to her open, and someone gets in and sits beside her, and she thinks it's Tara, and she goes to say something to Tara, and she realises it's Art the clown. Ha scary. It's predictable. So after Tara's taken a little walk around the building for some reason and spoken to the 30-year-old crazy old woman, who she didn't tell about the bug bombs and the extermination and all that's going to be happening. She just left her to choke. She goes back to the car and she meets Art. He instantly starts to chase her through the building. She runs back inside, he chases her, and she manages to hide for about 3 minutes of the movie. It's only an hour and 23 minutes, and you get a lot of these sequences where it's just nothing happening but someone hiding for a while to kill time. He sneaks up behind her somehow and stabs her in the ankle a few times. Yeah, she gets away. Yeah, she gets away. Somehow they start to wrestle on the ground. He's trying to poke her eyes out with his thumbs, but she grabs a scalpel that he had used to stab her ankle and she stabs him in the ribs, and she stands up and runs away. Why stop? Yeah, exactly. I mean, why she poked him in the ribs and then ran off? I think I would feel like poking him in the ribs and then poking him in the throat. Do you know what I mean? Make sure he's definitely not going to come after me anymore. And it turns out, in the few minutes spare, Art has locked and chained and padlocked every door to the building so no one can get in or out. So meanwhile, Victoria is driving to the building to pick up her sister, and she's listening to the news report of a killer clown, and she's going, yeah, right, yeah, whatever. Tara heads upstairs and she finds the guy who let her in to use the bathroom, the exterminator guy, who is polishing the floors, and he's wearing headphones, and Art is chasing Tara. So obviously he can't hear her when she's screaming. I mean, the bug guy can't hear Tara when she's screaming for help. Art sedates Tara. I don't know why he wanted to murder her a minute ago, but he sedates her and sneaks out of view just before the bug guy turns round. He just missed it. Anyway, Tara wakes up and she's tied to a chair, and Art is there, and Art has a big sheet hanging up. He pulls back the sheet, and Dee, that's right. Dee is there. Yeah, she's naked. Yes, well, Dee is hanging upside down, naked, except for a pair of panties. Yeah, and then Art just rips in off as well. Yeah, thankfully we don't have to see that. But Art then takes a chainsaw. In fact, it's not even a chainsaw, it's just a regular saw, isn't it? Yeah. And he puts it between Dee's legs, and he starts to saw all the way down through her body, throwing her private parts all the way down to her head. Yeah. I mean, I've never tried to saw through a single bone, but I think if I did with a handsaw, it would take ages, and, you know, it wouldn't be easy. But apparently she is made of jello, because she just splits like the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not. It's just horrible for no reason. It's cool. It's not cool. Well, it's not that bad. It is that bad. Somehow Tara escapes, and she grabs a club and she lies in wait for Art the Clown. He comes along looking for her. She hits him with the club and then just stops. And then she hits him with the club and then just stops. Yeah, she should just keep going. Yeah, she should just keep going. She should just keep whacking him until he's either unconscious or otherwise unable to follow her or trouble her anymore. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's more than weird. So how does Art overcome this? I think Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees or Mike Myers or Jigsaw or Chucky or any of these infamous movie monsters, I think any one of them would come up with some inventive way to affect the outcome, or they would just use brute strength to overtake their attacker. Yeah, that Art the Clown, he doesn't. No, he just pulls out a gun. Just pulls out a gun and shoots her. Yeah. That weird? It is a bit. He shoots her in the leg and then shoots her in the face. Just then Victoria arrives, and Victoria has text Dee's phone to say, "That's me here, where John picked up." Art replies and says, "Oh, come round the back of the building, we're all inside." While Victoria's coming in, Art goes and knocks out the bug guy and just hits his head with a hammer. Yeah. Tara doesn't make it, sadly. Yeah, that's a bit of a twist. Yeah, I thought she was going to be alive at the end of this movie, but she does not make it. Art takes her skin. Not her face, no. Takes her body. Her breasts. Yeah, he takes her naked breasts and stomach and legs and wears it all as if it's his skin. But then he lies there like a naked lady, and then when Victoria comes up to see if it's her sister that's lying there, he attacks Victoria. Yeah, and then gives chase in this weird looking art clown head naked lady daddy. Yeah, it's so bizarre. Victoria meets the bug man who has just come to, and Art takes him out pretty quickly. Yep, easily. Art has attacked Victoria, and I think he's been stabbing her face or something, I don't know. And then the cops show up. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't show up to the teacher place. That the cops are showing up here for no reason, and yeah, they two of the cops go up to Art Decline and say, "Freeze!" Yeah, they give him a long time. He's on his knees, facing away from them, and the cops are saying, "Freeze! Stand up, put your hands on your head. You're going to get shot if you don't do what we say." And they stand for ages and ages and ages. And then Art stands up and he's holding a gun again. And he makes a little funny gesture and then puts the gun in his own mouth and pulls the trigger. Yeah, good day, Art. See, it's not that bad. It is that bad. Later, we're at the coroner's office and the coroner says, "What we got? Oh, double murder, homicide." We find out Victoria somehow is still just alive, and she's taken off to hospital. In the coroner's office, can you guess what happens? Can you guess what happens? Just as the coroner starts to examine Art's body, Art, who has a hole in his head, by the way, because he shot himself in the head, Art just sits up. He's fine, and attacks and takes out the coroner. Yeah. And that's him off on another rampage, I guess. Yeah. Now the movie ends with, like I said, the revelation that Victoria is still alive and she is in hospital. Her parents are there. The doctors are saying, "You can take her home. She's been very brave. She's a lucky girl to be alive." And she's in a wheelchair. And her back is to the camera while her parents are speaking to the doctor. Doctor says goodbye. Parents turn around the wheelchair, and Victoria is the girl from the start of the movie with those horrific facial injuries. That bit I thought that's quite good. See, it's not that bad. Yeah. Look at this picture. Okay, it is that bad. Yeah, it is that bad. Listen, that was Terrifier. I did not enjoy a second of it. It was okay. Right, we've all got our different opinions, but I'm never watching Terrifier 2. I am. Well, we're not watching it on this channel. I'm telling you. No, we are. No, we're not watching Terrifier 2 for this channel because I don't want to sit through it. We are. We're not. Listen, we're going to go because we're going to start arguing. Please hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video, and we'll see you next time. Maybe. Yeah, we will see you next time, but not for Terrifier 2. We will. No. Goodbye. Bye.